Blessings and welcome to all of my vivacious Virgos out there. This is Synergized Tarot by Tammy, and this is your October 2020 tarot reading. Whether it's your sun, moon, or rising sign in Virgo, and yes, I'm a Virgo rising myself, so always a pleasure to connect to my fellow Virgos out there. And thank you so much for all of you who support my channel by subscribing and sharing and sending me those positive vibes. I'm truly grateful for your love and light. And if you ever want a personal reading from me, please connect with me. All my links are below. So Virgo, we get some good energy in our first house. We have Venus blessing us for the whole month pretty much to give us some type of beauty, some type of connection to love, to feeling more in that energy of love and light and wanting to spread that energy to others, right? So that's a lucky thing to have Venus in our first house. We also have three different, we have 2 full moons and a new moon this month. A full moon that's going to be affecting our 8th house of transformation, change, death, transformation, rebirth. So there's something going on with us in the next couple months that we really need to get a grasp on to understand what these changes are for, so that when Mars does go direct again in our 8th house in November, we can fully use what we have acquired, the knowledge, to move forward in some type of change, in some type of direction, some type of rebirth. So yes, and we'll be dealing with relationships and partnerships in the middle of the month. We have a new moon in our 2nd house of our self-worth, our finances, our resources, and also another full moon on October 31st in our 9th house of wisdom and insight in the sign of Taurus. So it looks like this full moon for us specifically, Taurus, we are receiving some strong wisdom and insight with that full moon. So it should give us some clarification in the direction that we are needing to take through this transition time that we're going through. And I do feel it has a lot to do with ourselves and what we need to do to grow and to change and to really fulfill our pathway forward, our destiny. So we'll look at those kind of things happening in our reading, but let's first focus on the first house here, and let's pull an archetypal energy, a light attribution that we may want to feel this month here. Being the teacher, interesting, because that 9th house at the end of the month is connected to wisdom, being a teacher, receiving insight from others who have the knowledge, connecting to our teachers, our gurus, those that we want to learn from, right? So it says ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom. So it looks like with Venus blessing us, because Venus is that sign of the teacher, giving the knowledge to others through a beautiful way of expressing ourselves, being able to communicate our skills, our knowledge. So it looks like we are going to have the ability this month to be able to show ourselves out there, to be that teacher, to help others, to heal. We are healers, aren't we, Virgos? So we are going to put our skills to the test. We are really going to bring out the beauty in our communication and connect to others in maybe a very deep and transforming way. So let's pull a chakra card also to see what chakra area should we be focusing on with this energy in the first house with Venus in our first house. Let's see, Virgo, we just went through our solar return, and we are heading towards just this energy of finding balance in Libra, and then moving into some deep transformational energy in Scorpio. So let's see here. Let's pull a card and see, Virgo, what is that energy that we need to focus on in our chakras? What is that color here? Balance, no kidding. Is that something or what? So we see the purple energy connected to our 3rd eye, our visions, our insight, finding balance through this new moon. This month is a big month that we are doing a lot of things behind the scenes to find balance. We are looking at our relationships. We are searching for that wisdom. We are finding how to keep the scales in check and balance, right? So make sure that you're taking time for meditation, to see what is in balance so that we can change the energy. With Mars being in our 8th house of transformation, Mars is helping us find the balance with others, right? Through our visions, through our own insight. The 8th house is definitely that connections to connecting to the mysteries of life, really understanding that universal language of knowledge. So deep insights, deep knowledge, deep understanding, growth and spirituality and healing going on for us Virgos. So one more card here in the 1st house, Virgo. Let's pull one more card since we have that Venus energy. Let's see how Venus may be blessing some of us Virgos in our 1st house of self. So let's see what we have from the King of Wands. Wow. This is maybe a strong connection to a fire energy, a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, but this is about our own fire and desire, and to really get out there through our own confidence, our creativity. So Venus is really blessing us to be able to be more creative, be more connected to what we desire for ourselves. And it does look like there's some active energy happening this month for some of us. That 8th house of Mars can really put some drive into our sexual energy. It could be some deep, because it's in Aries, some deep connections to someone that you're connecting in a very deep and sexual way. So yeah, leadership too. So really standing strong in who we are, Virgo, showing who we are as a leader. Yeah, and that maybe that's what's really transforming, is really finding the balance now and what we need to do to be more assertive, be more confident, and being that leader. So let's go to the 2nd house, and that is where we will have that wonderful new moon in Libra in the middle of the month. And I feel that it's with Venus being in our 1st house, and you know, Venus being connected to the 2nd house for us of Libra, we are trying to balance out our self-worth, balance out our relationships, balance out what we need in our life, balancing out our finances and resources, right? So let's see what that energy, and we have the sun there for part of the time at the end, so shining and helping us with that new moon that's going to happen in the middle of the month on October 16th. So strong connection to finding balance in relationships, in our finances, in our understanding of our worth, and and do not allow restrictions, fear to hold us back. So the 8 of Swords is saying there is some type of fear that I have had in my 2nd house of worth, my 2nd house of finances. And there is something that with this 8 of Swords, a fear of change, maybe. There's a fear of going through this transition, but we have the insight. We know that there is something up in balance, something that we have been restricted from being able to really show ourselves out there, show our worth. So this is a strong month, it looks like, to break free from our fears, our restrictions, cutting out things. This is a really powerful. So the 8th house is where we're going to have that other full moon, and it will be on the 1st. So there is this coming into light fruition about changes that we need to get through. And by the middle of the month, we're going to release those fears. We're going to release things that are no longer serving us, so we can make way for new energy, for new possibilities, for new insight and connections to maybe a stronger vibration in love, with Venus blessing us in our 1st house. So let's see one more card here in this. Oh, that one wanted to fly out. And the Queen of Swords, independence. Well, this is a great card to have in the 2nd house of feeling it's an air energy like Libra. So it's the Queen of Swords, or maybe a strong connection to a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, also in regards to a partnership for balance, for communication. So this is strong. We have the Queen and King, the King of Wands and the Queen of Swords, someone of authority. We're being stronger in the way that we show ourselves. We're being more confident, and that's what is happening this month. We are feeling balanced with the male and female energy, right? And the way that we communicate, and the way that we assert ourselves to others, we are finding that balance. I love that. So yes, strong connections to others this month, in the way that we communicate and how we bring out our confidence and our leadership skills to others. It will definitely be used this month, it looks like, to really gain some type of new financial prosperity, some type of new confidence in ourselves. But remember not to let fear and change hold us back from this. So let's see, we're going to the third house, and the third house is connection to communication. So let's see how our communication is looking, and we'll have Mercury in there for deep thoughts, deep insight into our communication, but it will be in retrograde. So it's about really understanding those insights, those visions, communicating to spirit to get balanced again, communicating to others so they understand what you are trying to say. So the devil, oh, the angel of freedom. So we see some type of freedom and independence. There may be this connection of feeling trapped, feeling like you need to break free from something, and you need to communicate it. So there's a strong connection of feeling trapped. That's why there's this energy this month of getting through some type of change. This could be a connection to someone of some type of temptation, right? Angel of freedom through communication. So there may be some temptations, definitely with Mars being in the 8th house, definitely temptations out there in communication. So you'll have to look at that to see. Maybe there's some deep insight, deep communication with someone that you're having some type of secret connection with, behind the scenes type of energy. So let's pull another card on the devil. It's also about breaking free from feeling, stale in the way that you communicate. And we see that we've got the Queen of Swords here saying, I'm ready to now bring out my authority in the way I communicate. I'm not going to be afraid or fearful of how I say this, because I have the energy of communication with me. Something powerful needs to be said, Virgos. There's something that we need to say about our temptations, about our secrets, about something that we need to break free from. Some of us are really looking for our independence, looking to be able to be free from something, and that's why it's so important this month here. So something to say, communicate, write it down. There's some type of freedom, something that needs to be expressed, something secret behind the scenes right now that you may be going through. So let's go to the 4th house here. And the 4th house is connected. And I was going to say with that situation with remember, Mercury will go direct at the beginning of November. So maybe that's when, and Mars will go direct in the middle of November. So there's a lot of things that may be going behind the scenes, trying to figure out your pathway moving forward. And by November, that pathway should look a lot clearer. So 4th house of family and home. And let's see how our family home life is looking for the month of October for us Virgos. Let's see what our family life. The Hangman, there's something going on here. Interesting. So the angel of prophecy, there's something coming up in regards to family, home, comfort, security, waiting for something to be released, waiting for the right time. Now, this is interesting because, like I said, we've got these retrogrades. We've got Mercury in retrograde, Mars in retrograde. Some of us are in a hangman for a reason, the 4th house of family home. I'm getting ready to sell my house again, but I'm going to wait until Mercury and Mars goes direct in November. I'm getting all my ducks in the row, being in the hangman, looking at things in a different light. What do I need to get done? What do I need to get accomplished? So some of you Virgos may be looking at what needs to change in your family life. You're in a hangman position. Maybe for some of you there is some type of freedom, something that you want to break free from, and you're trying to figure out what is the best solution, right? So again, connection to spirit, taking time for meditation, but being by yourself to contemplate these issues that are maybe happening in your family life. So let's pull another card here. But whatever's happening with the hangman, it's almost very spiritual. It's almost like, even though there may be some fear for change and, having to break free from something, it's almost part of like your soul evolution for us Virgos. So, and I understand how that is, you know, making those big changes. We're earth energies, Virgo, and it's not as easy to make changes. We like stability. We like to be perfectionists. We like to make sure we've got every duck in the rows, you know, but, you know, we have to not stay stuck in that and feel like we are need to still do more, need to always, you know, keep on fulfilling things that just need to be taken care of and done. Secrets, yeah, there's something going on with secrets. So there's knowledge, there's secrets. Hangman, there's a secret. I have to go back to the devil card and the hangman and this energy of fear and holding back. So some of you, there may be some secrets, some secret knowledge, a secret connection, and you're trying to figure out what to do about that situation, that relationship. But hang on, wait, see how that energy is feeling, and by November you should have some clarity of what direction you need to go in this relationship. So let's go to the 5th house, and that's the fun house. Okay, it hasn't been fun for us, Virgos. We've had so much energy affecting our 5th house of love, romance, pleasure, our creativity, children. So we are blessed this month to finally have Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto all direct in our 5th house. That means this is the all-go time. This may be why there's a lot of pleasure going on here in the 5th house, or maybe some secret connections with others because of our energy of Pluto's transformation, moving forward and transforming. Saturn having to be realistic, having to deal with some issues before moving forward, but now ready to. Jupiter's blessing us Virgos, saying, yeah, are you ready for transformation? Are you more realistic? Are you more mature about your relationships? Are you ready to delve into that 5th house? And it's also creativity, which I'm really excited about too, really being more open to being creative, not feeling so stifled with Saturn and Pluto there. There's a big transformation in how we show ourselves creatively, get out there. So all of it's good. So definitely us Virgos who are needing to be out there in the limelight, showing ourselves, talking to others, doing something very creative and artistic is going to be like, you know, a big load off of us. We're going to feel this beautiful connection of seeing the light again and really opening up to this creative energy. So what card? Yeah, the Page of Wands, the ideas coming and flowing through. That is perfect for the 5th house. It is about a strong connection to a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. But this is really connecting to our creative ideas, connecting to what we truly want to do, right? And communicating and expressing it in a very creative and very, you know, confident and in a leadership way. So we have a very strong connection of really fulfilling our desires, communicating how we feel, and showing who we are, being very confident. So that's a great card to have in our 5th house. And it's also connected to children. So there's this wonderful connection to being more expressive to children, our children, maybe being able to finally conceive a child, having more fun with children. You know, all my children are now grown up and the last have left to go to college. So it's now fun time for me and my children. I don't have to be such the Saturn energy, right? So that's a cool thing. So lots of fun ways to express in the 5th house this month here. So let's see, yeah, the moon's energy. So this is about emotional fulfillment. This is about romantically connecting someone who's giving you a lot of ideas, being more connected to your sexuality, your sensuality this month. And these moons are really going to affect us Virgos with that new moon in Virgo, that new moon in Libra in our 2nd house, and those 2 full moons that are starting on the 1st and the 31st. So we'll talk about that when we get to those houses. But let's pull some love cards here because we see something emotional is coming through. With the moon's energy, we can be more artistic, we can see our visions through, we can be more open to our psychic, pay attention to the red flags. Yeah. So be careful because I do see this connection to some type of secret connection. So be careful, pay attention, look around, make sure if there is something secret happening, pay attention so that, you know, you can see the signs out there of whether or not this is an area where you want to tread, an area that others may find out about. So be cautious for those who are doing some kind of love connection behind the scenes. So let's pull some other love cards here. But trust in your feelings, trust in what you are communicating, trust in your insight, that is for sure. So let's pull a couple more cards here for you, Virgo. Separation. So yeah, some of you, it does look like, you know, you are going to trust in your insight. The red flags are cautioning you, telling you maybe this is the time to break free and separate from someone, to really maybe, you know, really connect to oneself. That's what I really feel a lot of us Virgos are feeling this month is, you know, Venus in our sign in our first house and dealing with so much in the 8th house. We are really trying to find what brings us love and pleasure. And also not just love and pleasure, but, you know, deep sexual desire for someone, right? So let's pull a couple more cards here. Deception. Yeah, okay. So yeah, Virgo, some of us are really having to look at this situation here. And I feel this is going to be a month that you really are going to understand about this relationship. And there may be some separation going on because of this. But I feel like the signs are showing us some things that we do need to understand and maybe change and separate from. So let's see, let's pull a couple more cards here and then we'll move on here for us Virgos. What is that card here? Attraction. Yeah, there's some attraction to someone. Yeah, the secret card fell out. Some secret attraction to someone for sure. So a last card here. Romantic feelings. Yeah, there's some romantic feelings, attraction to someone that some of you Virgos are just going to have to fill out and see how this energy turns out. And you will understand that by November. So where are we going off? We're going to the 6th house. The 6th house is our house, Virgo. We are connected to the 6th house. It is about our everyday life, our work regime, you know, where we go every day, our health flow. So let's see how the 6th house is looking for us Virgos. Our health, our day-to-day life, our work regime here. Let's see what that is. Challenges, 7 of Wands. So we are going to feel challenged in our day-to-day life. And the 7 of Wands is about fighting for what we believe in, not giving up. Knowing spiritually what we need to do, understanding our visions, and fighting you know, those causes that we know are worth. It's a very spiritual card. So even though there are challenges in our day-to-day life, it's the challenges of understanding spiritually what is happening with us, what's evolving, what is changing, what is it that we are needing to understand. So even though there are challenges, the 7 of Wands is helping us to face them and not to give up and to get through them and to do it through action, do it through our ability to make things happen. So let's pull another card here, the cross. Yeah, there is a cross to bear for some of us Virgos in our day-to-day life, and we're going to be up for that challenge. And whether it is, you know, maybe this is for some of us trying to get healthy, fighting, you know, maybe there has been some type of health issue and really trying to deal with that and going to fight for life, trying to fight for health. Right? But there is some type of challenges maybe at work, having to deal with a lot of things at work, right? Or really in connection to maybe, you know, what you really want in your day-to-day life. Challenges and just making things happen every day the way you want it to. So let's go to the 7th house, and that is the connection to our partnerships or relationships. So Virgo, we've had Neptune in there just confusing us and, you know, trying to inspire us. And so there has been some Neptunian energy for sure for a long time, and whether or not we're in the right relationship, whether or not we can find the right relationship. But Neptune is deep. It's very spiritual. So it could be that, you know, this energy coming with Venus being our first house, Neptune finding someone very spiritual, very like a soulmate, coming together with someone. So let's see what that card is here. Seven of Cups, making choices about a relationship here. So the Seven of Cups is making, and you can see the word choices, making a choice about your wishes, about your dreams, making a choice about the one that you love. So this is a month that I feel spiritually you're going to take time to understand whether or not you're in a soul connection with someone. Can it flow? Who am I really supposed to be with at this time? That kind of energy. I feel you're going to ask questions as you meditate upon relationships and partnerships, because you're trying to make choices to have, the horse and could indicate new freedom, wanting to be free, to go in a new direction, to be able to communicate to someone about your feelings. So there is some type of situation where the seventh house doesn't always have to just be about a relationship, partnership. It's a business deal. It's finding the right business partner for some type of contract. So you're making some choices, but with the Seven of Cups, I would wait to sign on the dotted line, sign any agreements while Mars and Mercury are in retrograde, especially since we are ruled by Mercury. It's really important for us Virgos to, look at everything that's coming to us in written form and communication, and take time for deep insight about it, because we're going to make some life-changing decisions. And what we want to do is make sure the energy astrologically is moving forward so that the energy will be easier to move forward in. So this month you are going to look at relationships, partnerships, business deals, and trying to make choices about which way is the best way to go. So let's go to the 8th house, and this is the connection to, yes, the other. Okay, so we have that full moon happening in our 8th house here, and it will be on the 1st of October with Mars there. Okay, so we've got a full moon in Aries with Mars in there. So you can imagine Aries is about willpower, aggression. It is about us taking charge and being that leader and not giving up and fighting the good fight. So we are really focusing on ourselves to make some changes that are really going to allow us to use our skills, to use our love, to find balance in a way that us Virgos want it. Nine of Swords, stress. So understand there will be some stress with all this, understanding of change and connecting to ourselves. So we have to deal with the fears and the stress and the knowledge that is coming, because there is a change, and Mars being in the 8th house is going to be stressful. It's not going to be an easy time, but it is going to give us the strength and the power and the motivation to do something that we really truly need to do. And by this December, I feel we're going to just look back and be like, oh, thank you, Mars. Thank you for that challenge. Thank you for allowing me to stand up and fight that battle. So let's pull another card. Yeah, because things are going to be positive. Is that beautiful? So even though we are going to deal with a lot of stress and challenges, let's look towards the positivity, because that's exactly what I feel through all this. Stress and challenges, we're going to see the light again. Things are going to be more positive as things move forward in the middle of November. So let's go to the 10th house, 9th house, connection to the other full moon that's happening on the 31st of October, connected to Uranus, okay? So this is like some type of spiritual awakening and epiphany, something that just comes and shows us the big picture, something that just, it's like, whoa, what just happened there? So let's see what type of wisdom and insight and knowledge is coming through with that powerful veil being opened up to the spiritual side. And we have Mars in our 8th house, really connecting to the mysteries of, and wow, Virgo, we just need to really understand our visions, our insight. We really need time for meditation. We are going to receive a lot of epiphanies. We're going to receive a lot of just understanding of things. The teacher within us is trying to give us the insight. So what is that card? Wow, this is powerful. Eight of Cups, putting things behind us. This is a big change, and that is the wisdom. This is what we are going through. We are leaving the past behind. We are healing. There is emotional fulfillment coming towards us from breaking free from karmic past. Our karma is being finally released with so much energy happening in our 8th house with Mars. We are being released from pain. We are healing, and we are moving on. Yes, we are, Virgo. We are moving on towards preparing for our future. The Three of Wands. That is about really actively pursuing those things that you know you want to do. But things have to change. We have to put things behind us so we can plan for our future. Plan for things that we can put into action that are going to be satisfying and life-changing for us. I love that. So that's what we get to prepare for. For that wisdom, let's pull a wisdom card, because we definitely are receiving some strong insight. The teacher, we may be connecting to a wise teacher. We may be going back to school. We're definitely learning something. Maybe we're traveling to foreign lands, maybe making strong connections to foreign people and foreign countries here. So let's see what that card is for us Virgos. The eyes of beauty, positive expectations, clarity. Is this beautiful? Because this is the connection to Venus. Venus is in our first sign of Virgo. We are going to receive the positive expectations because we're looking through the energy of Venus, the eyes of beauty. Lots of clarity. Is this a beautiful card? I am so thrilled. So let's read about this wonderful card of the eyes of beauty here. Let us read it to number 25. Okay, let me get my glasses on so I can read real well. Okay. When the eyes of beauty show up as your ally, they require you to examine your perceptions. Do you see the world as perfect and beautiful? Can you retrace your steps from your past to now and see the perfection in the way reality has been created? Truly, perception is everything. A glass half empty is the same as a glass half full, yet so different according to how it's perceived. The eyes of beauty remind you that if you move forward with conviction, all is well now and always will be. You will see true prosperity as a result. Expect to see beauty and you will attract your highest good. That's why we've got the 2nd house of Libra, all that energy happening this month here for us to find balance here. And it's definitely to not allow fear to hold us back, because we are definitely moving towards our greatest wisdom, finding more positivity and clarity in our day-to-day life. So let's go to our career house, our career. This is the connection to our career and destiny. That card want to come out. Let's see what that is. The Two of Swords. Yeah, uncertainty. We're making some choices about our career to find balance. There's some things that need to change, because now that we've got Jupiter moving forward in our 5th house, we're making choices about which direction we want to go. So what is that card here? 2 cards. No kidding. Making choices about maybe a partnership, trusting in a partnership, believing in it. So there's some choices that we're making in regards to our career and destiny, finding the right partner who we can trust, someone who's going to be that long time companion. So yes, this is definitely a month of uncertainty and making some choices about partnerships and relationships. Sorry about that, Virgo. My video had turned off there. So we are almost done, thank goodness. We're up to the 11th house, and we did receive, I thought the video was still going, and it wasn't. So I did pull a few cards here already for you, the Page of Cups and the House card. So you see the card of friendship here. So, the 11th house is connected to friends, meeting the right people, getting out there and being emotionally available to others. So there seems to be maybe some strong connections of friendships right in your neighborhood, really connecting to those close ones that you call family, and who are really connected to you in your home life. So there's a beautiful connections to friends this month, and really enjoying that friendship and love. There may be a strong connection to a friend that's turning into maybe a lover here, emotionally being more open to someone that you have a lot of desire for, maybe right in your neighborhood there. But the last card you did receive, which is great in the 12th house, is the house of success and recognition, the Six of Wands, and the new beginning card. So it does look like through whatever challenges, whatever we have to go through, that we have to defend our honor, to fight for, to believe in, to not allow fear to hold us back. We are going to be successful in our endeavors. We are going to be that leader and be very strong in our ability to clarify what we need to say to others, being very independent in our expression, not letting others tell us how we need to be or how we need to speak here. So yes, let's stand up for those challenges. Let's not be fearful. We've got Mars in our 8th house to really energize us to fight for what we believe in and make changes that are really needed for our soul evolution at this time here. So much love to you, and until next time, with pure love through Synergy, Tammy.